Alright guys, welcome back to this very beautiful video. Of course, in my last video I told you and I assured you that I'll be back with interesting stuff. Of course, today I am back with amazing topics that would resonate with you. And this particular one that I'll be talking about today is tarot. It is quite beautiful. I'm super excited that I get to talk about this. It is one topic that people shy away from, especially from this part of the country, of the world, from where I'm from. It is one topic that people shy away from. It is one that people don't like to discuss or talk about because somehow they feel there's something wrong with it. So today we'll just be talking about it. I'll be giving you tips because, of course, this is Tarot 101. So basically, this is all you need to know about it so that if you decide that you need to go into it or you want to do it or you want to learn how to read your cards, this would help you read it. So basically, tarot is a way of communicating with yourself. It is such a beautiful, tool of getting to know yourself better. It is more like you, getting in touch with your inner self. It is basically just you, putting yourself first, deciding that you will try as much as possible to put yourself first, to know more about yourself. People will talk about tarot and just be like, most times when they do it, it's to talk about the future, but I don't think that's what it is. It is basically about you knowing more about yourself, the things that you should do. It's more like a guiding book. I guess that's the word. It's more like a guidebook, to put you on the right path, to guide you through your process, your life journeys, which is really beautiful because at the end of the day, we all need a push at some point in our lives. We need guidance at some point in our lives, and this is supposed to help you through those processes and those areas in your life. Basically, tarot was introduced in the mid 15th century, in different parts in Europe. It was used, over time, and it was quite expensive then because, the printing press wasn't, available at that time. So then it was more used then. But at about the 18th century, it began to, people began to talk about this, people began to associate it with occultism, with witchery, and that has, I feel like that also dated the image or the mentality of people regarding tarot. Most people would see it and just be like, you're doing something that is not right, but that is wrong. Basically, it's about just talking to yourself, and it's the use of images and symbols, beautiful images and symbols, just to get to know yourself better, just get to, get in touch with your inner self, just, it's more like having a connection with yourself, talking to yourself, which is really beautiful. If you ask me, it is really beautiful. All right, so before we continue, I'll be giving you all the details that you need to know about tarot so that, you'd understand better what I'm talking about, not just using cards and being like, what are they doing? How are they doing it? Is it witchery? Is it occultic? This is a way to understand it better, and I hope that you would be able to sit tight and relax as we go on this journey together. Alright, to be able to read your cards, you need a deck of cards first. Your deck of cards is very important, and of course you can get that online. You can Google it, decide on, the site that you'd like to use to order for your cards, and then, just go for it, But basically you need to check for cards that resonates with you, cards that that you vibe with, cards that connect with you. Basically, what you do is, I'm sure you'll be wondering, you'll be asking, how am I supposed to know the cards that I connect with? It just happens. You see a card and be like, oh, I like the way it looks, or there's something about this card that I really don't understand. Pick it, because that's the card for you. So yeah, basically it's just how you connect with your cards. You can go online, Google it, you can also be gifted with it, basically. There was a notion that people had, basically you were not allowed basically it was when you were gifted with cards that you'd be able to practice, that you'd be able to read. But now it is really beautiful because you can order for it online anywhere in the world, and of course read your cards by yourself. And this is really beautiful because it helps you know yourself better. Now you do not have to pay someone to read your card for you. You do not have to you do not have to beg someone to read your card for you. This time you know how to read your card yourself, and at the comfort of your homes, you can sit down, relax, and just read it, basically learning more about yourself. Alright, so we have 78 deck of cards, and of course we have 28 major arcana. Okay, it's divided into two: the major arcana and the minor arcana. Of course, for the major arcana, it's just about your life journey, basically. And of course, for the minor arcana, we have 56 cards. And of course, it is basically about your principles, just minor issues regarding your lives and all. Alright, so before we continue, I'll be giving you what you need to do. So basically, when you get your cards, maybe you Google it, you order for it, and you get it. They arrive in the house. Good news. Okay, when you do that, you need to purify your cards. It is important that you do that, just snug around the cards, to make sure that, it is purified. It's just a very good thing to do when you order for your cards. It helps you, it helps all the bad energies, just, fade away, fade away, basically. So yeah, guys. And of course, after you do that, you need to know the reason why you got the card. You need to have your reasons. You need to have questions, all the questions running through your mind. You need to be sure of what you want to do, what you want to achieve with the cards before you read, so that you would not be distracted. And like I said before, and I don't think I mentioned it before, but you need to have a clear and calm mind when you want to read your cards. So there are a lot of things happening, a lot of noise in our heads, in our minds, they can be quite distracting. This is the reason why it is quite important that you try as much as possible to have a clear head and a clear mind and a calm mind when you're about to read your cards. It would help you focus. It would help you get the desired results that you need for yourself and for the reason why you got the tarot card in the first place, right? So you need to have a clear mind and a calm mind for you to be able to achieve this. All right, so before we continue, you need to know, like I said earlier, you also need to know your questions. You also need to know the reason why you got the card. Is it regarding your personal life? Is it regarding your friends' lives? Is it regarding things bothering you that you cannot handle? You need to know what you want to achieve with the cards before you decide that you want to go ahead with it. I always like to say that this is very, very important. You need to have a notepad when you are reading your cards. It is quite important to jot down things. Basically, when you go for classes or you go to a place where you listen to stuff, it is really advisable to jot things down so that you'll be able to remember things that you might forget. So that's how it is basically for the tarot. When you're reading your cards, it is quite advisable to get a notepad, a notebook, so that once whatever you're reading, you'd be able to jot down so that you can go back there, to check it out when you're ready to do so. But it is quite important that you get a notepad and a notebook when you want to read your tarot card. When you get the cards, it's you get the cards and you have there's a guidebook that comes with the card. So most times it's almost there's you really want to just jump on it, checking out all the necessary information that you need to know about the card, and that's fine. Trust me, it is important that you do that so that when you see a card and you don't understand, you'd be able to remember what you read in the guidebook to be able to guide your reading. But then it is also important that you don't focus so much attention on that. It's very important that you need to bond with your cat. It is important that you need to have a connection with your cat. You need to spend time with your cat. If you have to sleep with your cat, if you have to go around with it, if you need to put it in your bag, just have like a connection with your cat. It is quite important. Of course, for those that do not have a guidebook, to guide them through, reading their cats, you can also just Google online and get necessary information about different cats that you need. I feel like that's the reason why we have the internet right now, the reason why we have the Google. You can search for it, type it and just, get what you need for your reading. But then it's important that you bond with your cat and you understand what you want to achieve with your cat, that you know the reason why you got the cat in the first place. And of course, that you have a clear and calm mind. Basically, how you do for, or how you react for other cats, that we play, you shuffle. It's quite important that you shuffle. You can do that about 2 to 3 times or 4 times, depending on what you want or how you want it. But it is important that you shuffle the cards before you decide to go on with your reading. It is quite important about that. Alright, so basically we have the 1 card spread, the 3 card spread, and of course the monthly spread. There are other spreads, and also some that you can form or create on your own, but these are the basic ones that you need to know. Alright, for the 1 card spread, you have like a card which you bring out, with your clear mind and your calm mind, and you just need the card to speak to you. You have questions in your heart that you really want to ask. You have a calm mind. You need reasons for certain things that you want to do. So you bring out that card and just listen to how it speaks to you. Basically, it depends on your frame of mind. It depends on where your mind is at that particular time. And when that happens, when you bring out your card, you can decide that you want to read up the meaning of that card if you do not know the meaning of the card, or you can Google it up, to check out what the card is saying to you. And of course, it is something that has worked over time. You can sit down in the comfort of your home, to get these things done, to get answers to get these things done, to help yourself through certain situations. I mean, tarot is such a beautiful practice, and of course it is getting popular day by day, but it wasn't always like this. It was something that people had to hire to do based on the fact that people talked about it being occultic and devilish. So most times people hate to do these things, but now it is an act that people are getting used to. You see this in movies now. People aren't shy to talk about this in movies. You see it in people just, you see it in different stars. You see people talking about it. You see people being free, to talk about this thing. And of course, it's not really popular, but then it is, at a point where people are beginning to recognize it. Alright, so when you're done with that is, okay, I just talked about the 1 card spread, right? So you bring out your card, look at how the symbols, how the pictures resonate with you, with your calm mind, and of course, you would get the answers that you need. Alright, so for the 3 card spread, basically, it represents the past, the present, and the future. So it represents where you are, where you've been, where you're at, and where you will be, right? So you bring out the 3 cards, you shuffle, right? Then you bring out your 3 cards, and depending on the picture or the symbols that you see, you'd be able to understand better what it is saying to you and how it relates to your life and the things that you can do. Basically, it's more like a guidebook to just help you through certain situations. It just guides you. It doesn't tell you what would happen in the future. It just, tells you what is happening around you and how you can, help yourself through certain situations. So your mind has to be there. Your whole mind has to be there for you to be able to achieve the result that you want to achieve. And of course, we have the monthly tarot spread, which is basically a spread that helps you throughout the year. So basically, what people do sometimes is they have like each card for different month in a year. Let's say like 12 cards, and of course, they just get to pick the cards. They get to pick them out and then they check it out and decide on what it's more like a guide, for the different months in a year. And I mean, I've seen people that it worked for. People have testimonies of how it helped them through, their months, their year. They talked about how it guided them through certain situations, because I mean, it's something that they've seen, so they knew how to handle certain situations. So yeah, that's the monthly tarot spread. You can also try that out. You have 12 cards, and of course you get to read them from at the beginning of the year till the last. Yeah, so that's basically it. And of course, for you to understand better about tarot, you can also just, go on Google, and there are plenty of books online. There are plenty of books that you can get for you to understand better. You understand tarot better. You can check that out on YouTube. You can check that out on Google. Just type in, of course, certain things will come out. Basic in tarot is just to know more about you, more about you, decisions that you should make. It's more like a guidebook, to help you through your life journeys. So yes, it is important that you do these things for you to be able to understand tarot, and just read your cards. I'm thinking in the next session, we'll be talking about how you can read your cards, the certain symbols and pictures that you need to know about, and of course, how it relates to your daily life. You get to know more about it, but this is just the basics that you need to know about tarot, so that when we go fully into it, you'd be able to understand and not be like, oh, I don't really understand what's happening here. Yeah, basically, that is what tarot is all about. Getting to know yourself, getting to know your inner self, getting to be in touch with yourself, getting to learn more about yourself, getting to grow through certain situations using the cards rather. And it is just beautiful. It is something that people are not comfortable with, but I feel like in different parts of the world, people are starting to get comfortable with it. People are starting to use it, and let's just see what happens in the future. But then this is all you need to know about Tarot 101. See you soon. See you soon, guys. Hope you enjoyed this video, and hope I was able to, explain or make you understand certain things that you need to know about tarot. Do have a wonderful time. I would see you in the next video. Bye, guys.